Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you may be watching this transmission. It is I, Mike Martins, and I want to welcome you and everybody in the Commonwealth and where's that? In the Commonwealth and in Eastern Europe and in Slovenia and people watching from Iceland and people watching from Denmark and people watching from Cape of Good Hope. So I get a lot of people watching this show, guys. Welcome to Trends in the Housing Market. It is I, Mike Martins. We got the real Kevin Thompson in the house, of course, broadcasting from Merritt, British Columbia, from New Zealand across the pond to Australia, northwest to the United Kingdom, across the pond to Canada, and down to the United States. It is your number one source for housing in trends in the housing market and what is happening in the housing market. So Kevin Thompson received a notification. That's really good. A lot of people have. I had a gentleman come into my store today from Arizona. And he's saying, I'm going back home. I'm going back to Arizona, Mike. I just came to see you here at the show, to talk to me. He's been in several times, saying he's not getting any notifications about my channel. Nothing. He unsubscribed, resubscribed, and then rang the bell again. Nothing. So, yeah, he's not getting any notifications. He's pretty kind of teed off about it. He's like, he thought something happened to me. He's like, man, I haven't seen you for months, and like I'm not getting any more notifications about you. And I'm like, you know what? It's like slim pickings. It is what it is, and we need to kind of, like Kevin Thompson's on right now. Share this video right now. You could go below where I am, or the little three dots if you're watching this on your phone. The three dots, you touch the screen and go to the three dots to the right, and share this video to any social media platform. Let's get this out there. Let them know that Trends in the Market is up and running, and we are here, and we have all the Commonwealth tonight. And we got visitors watching us, and then we got here a shout out here from Mexico, from Cancun, Mexico, watching us from Cancun, Mexico, and then we got a couple. There's a couple that's watching us from Jalisco, Mexico, and Jalisco is a state in Mexico, and the capital of Jalisco is Guadalajara, and I've been to Jalisco too. And so lots of people do watch this show. It gets around. And when I go into my analytics of this, like trends in the housing market, it's kind of interesting because it shows me what languages it translates to, which is very interesting. It shows translated from Portuguese, Spanish, all these. The number one translated language on my channel in trends in the housing market, that's translated from English to Spanish is first. And then I think it's Portuguese and then French. It gets translated into those top. The first is Spanish, then Portuguese, then French gets translated to my channel, which is really cool. The analytics here on YouTube, it kind of gives you a little insight of what's happening with your channel. So, anyways, Layla in the comments, Zarafi saying get on with it. Real Kevin Thompson, where are all the renters? Where are all the renters? So, anyways, guys, let's get on with the show. Safari, it can't wait for us to get rolling here. Unfortunately, I gotta wait a few minutes till more people come in, and that's why I try to see if I could get more than 5 people watching. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to go back when people ask me the same question and saying, why aren't you covering this? And I'm like, I did cover this at the beginning of the show. Woo! Live! Double A in the house! Woo! Yeah, baby. Broadcasting from Merritt, British Columbia. No notification, of course. People know what time to tune into the show. I even have people from Iceland watching. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, let's plug the channel real quick here, because I'm not getting plugged on. I'm not getting plugged any longer on YouTube, so YouTube doesn't. Lots of good videos I put up for you guys today. A lot of good ones. Canadians banned from the USA. More and more Canadians are getting banned at the Canadian border. Royal LePage, $1 house listing makes me mad. Watch this one. Coffee with Mike, talking with doctors, really good one. $90K US per year with no degree. Watch that video. You can make up to $90,000 US per year if you're young enough to get into a trade and kind of get your hands dirty and actually do a job that could put your kids through school and settle down and live a good life. Canadian job growth, dollar surges at what cost? Morning coffee with Mike Band-Aid. Food bank usage in Scotland at high record. It's really in Glasgow right now. Edinburgh right now in Scotland. I got a lot of people watching me from there, and they're telling me the conditions a lot of people have lived in has become third world in the last 3 years, right? So AA said, what are the trends in the housing market today? The renters are pouring in, says Kevin Thompson. What does that mean, Kevin? Yeah, Kevin, what are you supposed to mean? What does that mean? Because you own a condo worth less than what you bought it for in Oakville, Ontario? And now you want to get mad at everybody because they didn't buy at the peak when you did? All right. And don't forget to check that out. I put the new episode today of episode 8 for Project Tabletop. My transformation of my shop, guys. And how I built this small business to kind of motivate people to get into maybe doing their own thing instead of working for the man. Guys, don't forget to support me on Patreon. I'm at 17 Patreon supporters. So if you want to be numbers 18 or 19, go ahead. I hope to get 20 by Christmas. Shoot me a tip in my PayPal jar. And guys, don't forget to check me out on The Dirty. It is amazing. I'm on The Dirty. Mike is a dirty fraud, fat liar, fake fraud. This one is good. I have more bad comments than the Kardashians. I don't even know who the Kardashians are, but I have 117 comments on here. And I stopped listening to Mike Martins once he started posting racist videos and supporting white wing nationalists. Yeah. Check it out, guys. So guys, we got Kevin Thompson in the house. Woo! For trends in the housing market, guys. Ready. How many people we got watching now? Yeah, we got 17 people watching. No one's getting a notification, guys. I'm sorry. I got people emailing me saying, I didn't know you went live, blah, blah, blah. And guys, I'm really sorry about that. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. So let's kick it off. Canadian real estate sales jump to 2016 levels, but industry cautions market. Canadian reverse mortgage debt rises over 26% as seniors raid their equity. We discussed this at least 40 times on the show. At least 40 times where seniors are tapping into whatever little movement or little equity or this little bit of gap of delta of money they've gained, and they're taking it away. And it's just like that. They're taking it away. Okay, so we got people saying no notifications. Owen says yep. And RBC raised rates today. Why? Because RBC is going to be very shortly become underwritten very soon. Evan Z says, thanks for being on the sane in the mad world, Mike. Oh, I'm far from sane. People call me insane because I am frowning all the time. All day long I think of things, but nothing seems to satisfy. Tell me what song that is in the comment section if you know it. Okay, I get notifications from channels I don't want to get them from. Yeah, everyone's saying the same thing. The other day I got a notification on YouTube for CNN. I don't even subscribe to CNN. I've never even seen a video from CNN. And it tells me, CNN uploaded today this and that about some impeachment. I don't care. They're trying to say, oh, yeah, hey, let's see. Oh, okay, maybe I'll subscribe to them now. Fangulo. No, it's not painted black. You're close, though. Same era, though. Same era. So reverse mortgages we covered, but we need to cover this because people keep sending me this article. Canadian real estate sales jump to 2016 levels, but industry cautions market. Who needs government stimulus? Canadian real estate... See, here's the problem. It's when the government is sticking its nose into student loans, car insurance. The Canadian government is sticking its nose into everything. And guess what happens? Like this. It's finished. So now the government's stimulating the economy. And look what's happened. We're in the biggest whirlwind of garbage. Bank fraud. wire fraud, gold spoofing, silver spoofing, market manipulation, stock buybacks. Garbage. Who needs government stimulus? Canadian real estate sales are on the rise in every major market. Canadian Real Estate Association numbers show real estate sales are back to pre-cooling measures as September. The big spike in sales may have thinking of recovery. However, CREA's number of cruncher expressed the concerns the length of rebound will be dependent on the global economy. Canadian real estate sales rise over 50%, 15%. Here's the deal, guys. Sales go up 15%. But how long is it taking to flip that inventory? Sales are up 15%. That's phenomenal. That's nice, actually. But we got a tiny problem. How long would it take to sell all the inventory that's for sale? Because in 2016, you couldn't keep a house on the market more than 3 hours. It'd be sold. 5 hours it sold in 2016. When Vancouver put the foreign buyers tax on, everybody rushed over to Toronto or Seattle, King County. The ones that went to Toronto went up and bought everything that was there for sale. Now they're doing it. They've done it in Montreal, and now they're moving out to Alberta to do it. Right? So here's the problem. How long is it going to take for this inventory? Because first-time buyers aren't coming into the market. First-time buyers aren't passing their stress tests. First-time buyers that do get into the market and require a first-time buyer's loan, this is all I have to say. That's it. That's all I have to say to you. So we got Kevin Thompson, market crash could happen real fast. Owen says, yeah, man, gold and silver are being held down. Oh, they have to be held down. The second the gold or silver starts breaking away from the British pound, starts breaking away from the US dollar, starts breaking away from the Canadian dollar, you have, they've got to keep it manipulated. They need to manipulate these things. And that's the world we live in. Okay, so let's find out. Canadian real estate sales are up over 15%. Okay. Canadian real estate sales made substantial climb compared to last year. CRE reported 41,819 sales in September, down 3.81% from the month before. Compared to the same month last year, sales were up a whopping 15.52%. Monthly decline seasonally expected, but annual increases is big news. Now, don't forget, a lot of the sales are being made to non-Canadians, and a lot of it's going towards investors in Alberta, Montreal, or Quebec, or the English side of Quebec, and Nova Scotia, Halifax is becoming the number one place now. Okay. So here it is, sales. So here are the numbers from, so here we are here, and these are the actual sales. But the question is, how much is on the market? Let's find out what's on the market right now. So sales are upticking, okay? But we're not seeing anything nearly as big. This is unadjusted sales change. So we're not seeing anything nearly as big as 08, 09. Then you had that. And then you had this over here. Remember this, 2017. This never happened, apparently, according to the real estate market, or this was an anomaly. Your buyout, people living in Toronto or the greater Toronto area, your buyout of your future was an anomaly. That's what they call this right here, an anomaly. Now, sales are back on track, so this is what I want to see. Real estate sales by market. Canadian real estate sales in markets for more than 400 sales in 2018. So here it is. So we have 17, 18, and 19. Here's Toronto. Toronto is leading the pack right now. Okay, here it is now, 2019, September 7. There's September 2018, 60-45, and September 2017. Okay. And then we got Montreal. Vancouver right now is doing really well. And a lot of it has to do with a lot of influx of people coming in from Hong Kong. There's a lot of people escaping Hong Kong, and 800,000 people in Hong Kong hold Canadian dual citizenship. Sad to see you guys know. Calgary, look at that, is up. Edmonton, up, and I made an article about the homeless crisis. So, if all these homes are selling, why do you have so many damn homeless people? I could see homeless people if there's nothing for sale, or there's no inventory on the market. Here's Edmonton, Fraser Valley, Ottawa, Quebec, Niagara, Halifax, Windsor, Essex. Slowest rising sales are in Greater Toronto suburbs. The slowest markets in Ontario and Greater Toronto suburbs and Halifax and Niagara region reported 472 sales in September, down 4.3% compared to last year. Hamilton follows with 1,020 sales, up 3.2% from last year. Halifax was the third slowest major market with 514 sales, up 5.5% from last year. In the case you missed it, only one major market in Canada saw declines in sales last month. Here's the Canadian real estate sales change by market. So this is the change. Vancouver change, Fraser Valley change, Quebec, Toronto, and then Niagara Falls has a negative percentage rate. Canadian real estate sales are up around the country in all but one major market. When markets move like this in sync, it is typical. It typically has to do with local fundamentals. Instead, this is more likely has to do with the anticipation of broad policy changes. I'm gonna go against that and say no, because I just believe inventory isn't moving or turning over as fast as it was back when everything went crazy in 2016. You see it here, real estate sales by market. But if first-time home buyers are not getting in the markets and you're seeing a mass exodus of people, there's July 2019 and there's September 2019 for sales. And where is this? This is for Canada across the board. But you got to remember, guys, this is all of Canada, right? We're not talking about this is a little bit better here, but everyone I'm talking to from Vancouver is saying nothing's moving and prices are just falling in Vancouver. Like nobody's buying anything. It's just not moving. It's stagnant, right? So that is very interesting. So unless we have a huge influx of Hong Kongers coming in, I don't know where people are getting money from, because the people I'm talking to are complaining that their wages haven't moved in the last million years. BPO, okay, there's lots of people in the comments now. BPOT, listening to Mike, I feel bad being a government worker. Laugh out loud. No, you know what? You shouldn't be bad. You don't feel bad being a government worker or a civil worker. It's fine. I'm talking about creating more government jobs for the sake of creating job increases to make it look like Canadian booming job market, and our dollar was rallying in the market yesterday because of the 56 or 60,000 or what is 260,000 jobs we created, and all of it was public sector, and then private sector jobs went down negative 20,000. So private sector jobs went down negative 20,000. But we created more government jobs, unless it's all military or something, military jobs or something. It makes no sense. So, okay, Valentino Rossi, you folks should ban the Chinese from buying real estate in Canada. I hope Trump gets elected in 2020. He's tough on the Chinese. We already have too many, especially in California, Oregon, Washington, New York City. Little World Scratch is saying, walking journey, have a dream. In the latest video, we are heading for a fake recession. See, walking journey is an important guy. And we got Owen saying, there's a serious problem when it comes to American companies in China. Twitch is banning anybody that talks about Hong Kong right. I wouldn't be surprised if YouTube followed. Steve Stevens says, Valentino agreed, we can't buy or barely rent in China. And then Gunter says, there will be more censorship, I guarantee it. Alf Mo is in the house. Hello, Mike. And Real Kevin Thompson says, let him in. So this is a huge problem. So let's keep going here. Better Dwelling. They had an article up here. A very important article I wanted to share with you guys really quick before we moved off to... So Vancouver real estate prices won't stop falling, but sales are back to normal. Prices are falling. Prices aren't going up. Prices are falling, but sales. So people thinking on the sideliners jumping in too early? That's what I have to question. The dead cat bounce we're having right now, do they think that this is the time to jump in? Toronto real estate sales jump double digits, just under typical volumes again. But then, yeah, that's nice, but are people starting to figure out that this is the dead cat bounce? So here's the article. Canada's heavy immigration is the last pillar preventing a recession. There you go, right there. Canada's booming population growth is the only thing separating the country from a recession. There's been a lot of talk about Canada's massive growth in domestic product, GDP. That's a very hard pill to swallow right there. There's also been a lot of talk of Canada's population boom driven by largely immigration. So what are they talking about? They're talking about wealthy immigrants that Canada, Australia, they're all competing for, and New Zealand and the UK. Edmonton's housing market is still growing. CMCHMC reports. So 10,731 new houses by the end of the year will be done. So they are expecting lots of homes in Edmonton. Right now, Edmonton is next on the list after Quebec. Edmonton Strathcona has the worst rental affordability in the province. So you're starting to see places in Alberta where now affordability levels are becoming out of reach by everybody. Yeah, people are disproportionately affected by costly housing, according to the report. 58% of senior-led housing in Edmonton are spreading to 30% or more of the basic housing needs. So that's it. That's what's happening in Edmonton there. Then we got downtown homeless encampments prompt city to ramp up housing efforts. Okay, there it is there. So this is downtown homeless in Edmonton, out of control. People sleeping rough on any given night in minus 20-degree temperatures. This is really scary. I am very scared about these cold provinces having people sleeping outside in the cold. And last time I checked, we were supposed to be a first world country, right? But realistically, I think it's really tough when you can't go out and hunt whenever you feel like, or you're not close to fresh water source or anything. I think the more city-ized you become and more disconnected with nature you are, I think the more third world your mind becomes, because then you have no way how to survive off the land, or you have no way to survive off grid. Because if something happens tomorrow, a lot of these people will survive. A majority of them will. A lot of us won't, right? Solid Extra in the House. They have the ambition to economically control the Western world, ban them by buying from buying. Well, okay, so banning foreign people from buying. It's a common thing in New Zealand. It's very hard in New Zealand. They ban foreigners from buying, and their housing market's been declining since. Western world have to unite and drive out. So yeah, right now we are taxed to death. So, Red Pill Millennial in the house. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining us. I also got a shout out from Crazy Tracy down in California. She says, hey, Mike, great show tonight. Trends in the housing market is really popular. I got other people on board at my place of employment who are now watching you every Wednesdays, and some people also watch Mike in the Night. Thanks for doing this for us and your friend Crazy Tracy. So, anyways, look, guys, you need to understand something here, man. This is really bad. Like, when Canadian proper, and a lot of them have degrees and they work and stuff and have full-time jobs, have to live like this, we got ourselves a major issue. And then we had the discussion I have the video here on my channel where we're discussing what was happening with this whole political debates, right? Political debates. Nothing brought up real housing affordability. They never brought up the opioid crisis. They never brought up the money laundering crisis. They never brought up the closures and the mass evacuation of doctors. We're losing doctors every day that are moving down to the United States of America because they could buy a house for $203,000 in South Carolina, a 7-bedroom with a pool. That's the problem. People just want to live the simple life. And when you can't put food on the table, we got a problem when the Canadian proper's like this. What the hell is that? That's the most embarrassing thing. To see something like this. We're supposed to pride ourselves in helping everybody. We're supposed to pride ourselves. Now, speaking of pride ourselves, someone told me to go back to my country today. Woo! Yeah, when you stop destabilizing my country, I'll go back to my country. But when it gets good, don't go there and then start putting sanctions on us and shutting us down. I'll go back to my country, but don't ruin mine. So we got Keisha Peters in the house. Hello from Dedmonton. I got denied home ed. The rent I wanted to pay is less than what I currently pay, And I am never late in my rent. I got denied. Wow. They're throwing condos on every street corner in Toronto. They seem they seem vacant. Barely see any lights on at night. Remember that article I did for you guys, where one, like, what is it? Was it hundreds of thousands a house across Canada? One in 5 homes are empty. They're foreign invested, guys. That's the way to do it. You buy out another country. Like the big Shanghai. Remember in Shanghai they had the great Vancouver condo sale? You could, if you lived in Vancouver, you had to fly to Shanghai to buy a condo in Vancouver because they released a condo in Vancouver and they were making fun of us. They were making fun of Canadians, saying that Canadians themselves can't even afford to buy their own condos because we were bought out because we sold out their jobs to them. And why am I so against this, guys? It's because, one, the social credit score that China is engulfing the world, is going to start engulfing the world with. 2, they're persecuting Christians and they're burning churches. 3, it's communist. I'm against communism. Remember back in the 50s and 60s, if you were a communist, what they did to you in the States? Whatever happened to that? Communism is the enemy of the state. Huh? So we got Jasmine from Vancouver saying the rental market in Vancouver at the moment for a 2-bedroom, you're looking at $2,100 with a tiny square footage. Owen says Brampton's way overcrowded. Yep. No, Lost Canuck I spoke to the not too long ago, and Steve the Plumber I spoke to not too long ago too. I still talking to these guys. Someone's asking in the comment section. So I got a shout out here on our Skype saying, watching in Greenland, Mike, you rock. No notification. Okay. Okay. It's a seller's market, but the London region's housing inventory is down. So this is London, Ontario, guys. This is not the real London, okay? L Star says that housing inventory down 50% compared to 5 years ago. So right now, first-time home buyers are driving up the market. Where is this? London, Ontario. I think it's 3-hour or 3-hour drive from Toronto, the bigger city. So people are not going to secondary cities. They're not going to tri-cities. They're going all the way to way out to the next area / code, postal code area. First-time home buyers are driving up the market, yes, because you could buy something somewhat still affordable in the London market. But the problem is it's still overinflated by 27%. So don't forget that, guys. So you're buying something worth 27%. Basically, you are entering a hockey game and you're already losing 2-0 in you're losing 2-0 at the beginning of the game when you buy something that's already overpriced. No, KT, someone says, are prices up? No, prices are not up. Sales are up, but prices keep declining. And that's what's been happening. So a lot of people think this is the time to jump in the market because a lot of these real estate agents have these big black books of all the people that got denied. The people that they kept promoting. If you don't buy now, you'll never own anything. You'll be forever bought out of the market. And you know what? The people that didn't buy when I told them not to are laughing right now. Because they saved a lot of money not getting into the market back in 2016 and 2017. Madaski says, I should try to chat with Evan and Formafist. Formafist, I talked to him yesterday, actually, Formafist. The new hustle in SoCal is to build a tiny home in the backyard. Yeah, I'm going to get to that. I actually have that right now. I have that article right now. You guys read my mind here on this show. It's really good. A lot of the stuff you guys bring up is like what we're doing tonight on the show is really good. So, wow. Okay, so another shout out here. Oh, Dan the Trucker on I-10. Mike, you're the best. Listening to you live on I-10. Shout outs on my way just at the Texas border. Nice. I-10 goes from east to west, west to east, from Los Angeles to Jacksonville, Florida, right across America. And I've taken that highway from Jacksonville all the way to LA. Yeah, so Matrix is correct. Inflated market, that's what it is. So let's move on. So right now, inventory is down, but it is a seller's market right now. But the question is it a buyer's market? With a lot of first-time home buyers, I really hope to God they're making the right decisions. The last thing you want to do is go get dressed, get your skates put on, get your equipment put on, get on the hockey rink. The first period's going to start, and you're already losing 3-0, even though you haven't touched. No one's played yet. That's what happens when you buy an overinflated house. Be careful, guys, please. It's very dangerous. One in five homes in Canada bought by newcomers, says Royal LePage. So there's a lot of people are arriving to Canada and they're buying. We know all this. We know all this because a lot of this, 51% for detached houses were by foreigners, and 18% by a condo, and 15% by a townhouse. Yeah, 32% of newcomers in Canada own homes. And it's kind of sad that the Canadian proper that actually built the infrastructure for these homes are not living in their own homes. It's going to be like New Zealand, where it's a nation of renters. Nobody owns in New Zealand anymore. The New Zealand proper doesn't own their own. Like, there's a very small percentage of New Zealand proper that actually own their own house. And that is what keeps me up at night. You know? That scares the crap out of me. Mike, what happened to the garage for sale? You know what? I looked at that today with some customers in the store. I had a viewer that watches my channel from Phoenix, Arizona, that came to see me today. Walked into my store and said, Mike, what's going on, man? I haven't seen you in a while. I'm like, look, dude, I see you're subscribed. I checked his tablet. You're subscribed. This guy's like 77, right? But he's a nice guy. White hair, really nicely combed, drives, going back to Arizona next week. He's like, how do I get you? Because I want to see you every day. I'm like, you're already subscribed. You do have the bell on. I'm like, they don't send you notifications. So they used to send me notifications. I don't get them anymore. So we unsubscribed and resubscribed and rang the bell again. And then I uploaded a video with him in my store, and he never got the notification. So I told him he's just going to have to manually go. So I created a shortcut on his tablet to my channel videos, and he just goes to it now, and he could just see if there's anything uploaded. He says, that's perfect. Leave it like that for me, Mike, and I want to see you like every day. I want to see what you're posting, right? So Kevin Thompson said, how much should it cost? What wages depict it to be? So it should be 4 times your income. So in Toronto, with the average salaries are going down because taxes are going up. So you make more, but you're in a higher tax bracket. So there's no way out of the debt slavery. Now, okay, wages are going down all across Canada, not because, people get paid money, but they're losing more because they're taxed more. Either they get them at property tax, they get them at the pumps with the gas, or they get them with everything they buy at the counter. You're going to pay 16 or 15%. They get you everywhere. So the more you make, it doesn't really matter because it doesn't really do anything. So realistically, the more you make higher, the more you get taxed in another bracket. And that's why we're losing all our professionals. And that's why 1 in 5 homes in Canada bought by newcomers. And you're like, Mike, how is that possible? Well, go back to the source. Right here. I'm not making this up. If I was making this up, then you go ahead and call me a liar right here. Canada wants more Chinese. How many? 500,000 per year. And Canada is setting up more visa offices to fast track more Chinese workers and students. And then we have this problem. I'll tell you what problem we have. Right here. No Canadian hires for 4 years at Chinese-owned mine in BC. In British Columbia, Canada, one of our major mines that employ a lot of people, no Canadians are no longer allowed to work there. Whoa, somebody sent me $10. Jay, hey Mike, just trying to hold on to the middle class lifestyle, SoCal, USA. Love your video. Owners are in trouble out here. I know, brother. Jay, if you ever want to come on the show, let me know. Not only that, just do some video drive-bys for us and then send it to me. I'll just put it on my channel. You don't have to be scared to put stuff on your, like, upload stuff. Just drive around, showing us the 10 cities in California. Show us the garage conversions for us. Show us what's going on there. I'll put it on my channel. And then when my employer gets mad at me, I'll just tell him I'm sorry and I won't do it again, right? That's the key. That's why you work for yourself. There's no one to tell you nothing. No Canadian hires for 4 years at Chinese-owned BC mine. So, but the good news, I do have some good news on this, guys. The article's from 2012, and it's been updated in 2018. And the only thing they changed on the article was they must be fluent in Mandarin to work in this mine. But the good news is, guys, listen to this. Pay attention. They use our healthcare system when someone gets hurt. The Canadian healthcare system. God bless Canada. So that's our problem right there. Joe M is saying, hey, Mike, moved to Peterborough, bought a fixer-upper bungalow for $230 large in Scarborough between $800,000 to $1 million. Who cares about the 65 miles drive to work? No mortgage and $200 a month on diesel fuel. That's right. And you could probably expense your diesel fuel through business. If you could way to expense your fuel to get to work, there might be a way. If there's a will, there's a way, my friend. Home sales in September up 15.5% from a year ago. Remember, home sales are up, not home prices. Ottawa, home sales in Canada's biggest cities continue to rebound in September with 15.5% increase in sales compared with a year ago, according to Canadian Real Estate Association. So we know what's going on. Prices aren't going up on homes, but sales are going up on homes, which is fine. But I feel sorry for a lot of people stepping into a fight they know they're going to lose. Okay, now here it is. Seattle is trying to tackle their... Ever since Vancouver, it's kind of Vancouver's fault for this whole problem they're having in Seattle. Oh, Mike, it's the tech workers. It's not the tech workers. No, it's not the tech workers. It's not the tech workers, guys. The tech workers are 7, 8 of them living in one house and sharing one bathroom, okay? It's not the tech workers. I got lots of emails from tech workers living in King County and living down in California. Most Seattle voters support a business tax for affordable housing, at least in their theory, at least in theory, payroll says. So here it is. They want to do a so-called head tax. They brought this up last year and the night before and the year before. We've been talking about the head tax they've been talking about for Seattle businesses to pay because right now there's so many empty homes. Like 1 in 3 or 1 in 4 homes in Seattle are empty, investor owned, right? So that's a huge problem right now in Seattle. What the hell is this? Empty garages are the answer to California's house. Shit, it won't let me see this. It won't let me. The New York Times wants me to pay $40. So they're actually converting garages into houses in California. Steps from the USC campus, a modern, newly built, detached studio apartment. Full kitchen with brand new gas stove, dishwasher, washer, dryer, full bath. Wow, $1,400 a month. US. That's almost $2,000 Canadian for a garage. It's got nice windows. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I like the windows, I say. Oh, man. Yeah, and it's really, I kind of want to talk about the Canadian elections. I don't want to talk, because the Canadian elections, it's been an absolute turn down, guys, because they are not talking about the opioid crisis, the homeless rampant crisis across Canada. They're not talking about anything that matters. Housing affordability, the gap in Delta with wages. Nobody's talking about what means, what it matters, you know? Yeah, right here. Steve Stevens is the best. He says right here, red pilled if locals buy property with illicit gains. we go to jail and property seized. Why don't they just do that to, like, you see, in Washington State, they slowed down. You know how Washington State, okay, not Washington D.C., Washington State, south of British Columbia, Canada. Do you know how they actually cut back on illegal money coming into the country from China? They just made people declare where they got it from. And you don't play around in the United States. When you get to the border and you lie, they cowboy it there, and they put you in jail, and they hold you, and they, like me, when I went to the U.S. the last time I went, they put me in a prison, and they strip searched me. They still let me in, though, but I'm like, yeah, I'm not coming back here. Like, it's really scary. But now, they've cut back, so word gets back to China, don't come through Washington State anymore. They're declaring the money now. They have to tell them where they got. So millions, if not, I don't know, like over $50 million seized in SeaTac airport of just people not declaring where they got their money from. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they just cut back. In Canada, it's like, oh, you got $50 million? Oh, that's nice. Oh, okay, bye. But then I come back from vacation from Cuba, they put me through immigration, and they hold me there for a couple hours. Every time I come back, I get some lady who's not Canadian, comes up to me and says, you did something, didn't you? You have something, eh? What's that look? Go to thing. I'm like, lady, you're not even Canadian, and you're telling me to go through immigration. And that's what really pisses off a lot of people now. Solid Exter, do not get advice from the real Kevin Thompson. He's asking, I'm 19 now, when should I buy? Don't ask Kevin Thompson anything. The Mike Martin's channel is not liable for Kevin Thompson information. We are not liable for it. Why are these LA people sleeping in stack pods? It's not just the cost of housing. Yeah, man, look, you make friends, then I haven't showered in 3 weeks. Look, and everyone sleeps in these bunk beds in Los Angeles. So they're just massaging people into believing that this is where things are going to go. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is where it's going. And this is how people live. And this is how it's going to end up. Wow, it pays like $1,000 a month. Holy crap. Yeah, so would you guys live in something like this? I know Kevin Thompson would, but would you guys live in something like this? I mean, it's not a horrible living conditions, but I could see them like filming I could honestly see them filming like a Big Brother segment or something like Big Brother here, and or 22 LA, 22 people from Los Angeles in one house. All millennials. Could they live together? Could they survive a month together? Oh man, that would be awesome. I'd watch that. I'd actually pay to watch that. So we got Jay. They are conditioning us Californians to live like sardines. Yeah. They did that in Salt Lake City, Utah. They did the same thing, where they started. Housing got so unaffordable there because everyone from Oregon and Washington State were moving to Salt Lake City, Utah, and driving up the prices so fast. And then people were being told, whoa, we need more condensed housing. We need more people living on each other. We need more people. No, this is not normal. This is good maybe for a 1-week retreat, and then you go back to your place and you're at peace. But to live like this, maybe I'm just old and cynical, and I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. That's okay. But you know what? I don't know if I want to live like this. It was B-Pod. Thanks for the comment. Means a lot. Appreciate it. Says Lord Humongous in the house. Rainier is saying, what is the right price for a single-family home in Toronto? Again, guys, the right price is 4 times your annual income. Okay? Once it supersedes 4 times, maybe 5, if you want to push it 4.5, 5 times your annual income, that's how much you're supposed to... Housing is supposed to be reflected by what the incomes in the area is. That's why today, when I went And I had people at the store today. I had quite a few people visiting me. We were standing all around my computer, and I was showing them, look at these houses in South Carolina. You could be a police officer in South Carolina and make $51,000 a year. And this is the price of a home, $210,000. But the problem is there's police officers in Canada making $51,000 a year. Take home, like 70, 80 gross. 51,000 take home. But a house is $1.2 million. It doesn't make sense. Prices need to be adjusted to what wages are, period. That's what the price should be. No, see, 4 times the income for megacities like New York, Toronto, San Francisco, Tokyo. No, Tokyo, you could retract that because you could buy a 2-bedroom in Tokyo for 100,000 Canadian. So you could retract Tokyo. It's property taxes. The next target in Cali, renters not outnumber the owners. The politicians will pander to the masses. Yep, that's what's going to happen. Gary Medeiros has a right. Wait to buy is right. Yep. Look at Lord Humongous. You should see the vacancies in the major cities. Like 1 in 3 places in Vancouver, in West Vancouver, in Richmond, 1 in 3 places are empty. Right? And then go back to this. No Canadian hires for 5 years in Chinese-owned mine in BC. Stuff like this really, really bothers me. Okay, guys, let's head over to the United Kingdom. Right now, in the Commonwealth, Glasgow Council facing court action over lack of housing for homeless people. Shelter Scotland seeking review of what it says its authority illegally denial of services. Yeah, so right now I'm getting a lot of reports from Scotland from people that watch me in Scotland, in Edinburgh. And this one was sent to me from Glasgow. Somebody from Glasgow actually sent me this. Shelter Scotland is to launch a significant court action against Glasgow City Council with the charity claiming that it's illegally denied temporary accommodation to homeless applicants thousands of times over the past 2 years. Yep. Look at this. Holy crap. Wow. Guys, like Scotland right now is in a lot of trouble, man. Scotland is in a lot of trouble, man. Scotland's in a lot of trouble, man. I know they were having bidding wars out there 2 summers ago when all the foreign buyers taxes were going all over Canada, and other parts in the States was trying to implement it too. And I know a lot of bidding wars was happening in Ireland and Scotland and London. In England, it's been for years now. So New York has 8.6 million based on your definition. New York isn't a megacity? No, New York is a metropolis. It's a megacity. Of course it is. Lord Humongous, when the bottom falls out of LV, but Rainier, there's about, I think it's like 300,000 empty homes in New York. Okay, so there's a lot of empty homes, like almost like 300,000. So Jay, things are bad in Riversdale. I'm in LA County myself. Yeah, Riverside, California. Sorry, Metal Gear Mark III has been commenting on the show for years now. He's always got my back. He's in Riverside, California. That is Riverside, California is like the origins for a lot of these YouTube channels. You got G for T, you got Anthony with the Walking Journey, you got Badfinger, you got a lot of these channels. I don't know if they exist anymore, but a lot of these channels were originated from Riverside, California. A lot of these channels that I used to watch, like in my early 20s, were from Riverside, California. A lot of these, like this channel, exists because of me watching the channels based out of Riverside, California, believe it or not. So Solid Extra says Rainier Mola, kind of it's cultural superpower with the media, but relative to Mexico City, Tokyo is not that big in population. Well, Tokyo you can still afford to buy. Lord Humongous says Denver is a joke. Solid Extra, in Tokyo they pay people to shove people into cramped subway cars. Yeah, I mean you get a job. You get a job as a butt scratcher. Remember in this the Family Guy, butt scratcher? He's at the thing selling these little hands to scratch. Butt scratcher! Okay, we got Steve Stevens in the house saying, the way they're built, I guess, earthquakes, so they build a home out of wood for flexibility. Foundations deteriorate over time, so I'm sure there are other reasons too. And then Server Band says, woo! Then Rainier Mola says, solid extra. Yeah, okay, this keeps going on here, guys. Join the conversation. We got over 102 people watching. I'm surprised that YouTube hasn't cut me off. They usually cut off my live stream, and then it goes back to like 10 people watching, and then it goes back up to 50 or 60, and then I end the show. But anyways, yeah, so Scotland in a lot of, they're just a lot in a lot of trouble, right now, and city councils are not doing it. And this one, I have to bring this up again. I have to bring this up. I brought it up last week and the week before. More than 8 million people in England living in unsustainable housing. Unsuitable. Who cares? I can't read. I don't care. Look at what's happening. Research shows people in need of outnumber those social waiting on lists by 2 to 1. Look at this. Instead of creating better paying jobs, better average paying jobs, not minimum friggin' wage jobs. They're not careers, they're dead ends. We're talking about average paying jobs so people could live in an average place. This is a dumpster. People shouldn't have to be living like this. Yeah, dumpster. People should not be living like this, especially if both people are working full time. This is not acceptable. When did the Commonwealth turn into a third world? 8 million people in England living in unsuitable housing, unsustainable, unlivable, inappropriate, unreasonable. Justin S. in the house. Great show. Thanks, buddy. We got a shout out here from Denmark. Mike. I wish you spoke Danish and did a show for us. Our housing is out of control here. I live with my mom. I live with my mom. I am 31. Wow. Okay. Yeah, Steve Stevens says get eBankU. I'll get him on the show again. No problem. I have no problem with eBankU. Steve Stevens might get it. Yeah, I got that. Layla, Denmark. Negative interest rates for many years. Yeah. They're denying people mortgages now because, they pay part of your mortgage now with negative interest rates, right? Okay. UK house prices will crash by 10% in case of a no-deal Brexit. Top credit rating agency forecast. Why don't they talk about that? Just be honest. Look, we sold out our country because 1 in 3 places in London is owned by a foreigner. Okay, why don't they just say, look, there's a mass exodus of London, a lot of people moving to Middle England because we sold out to the highest bidders, and now nobody could afford rents here, and everyone's leaving. Right? They fill the measly positions. Why don't they just talk the truth? Why don't they just Brexit? If it wasn't Brexit, it'd be Donald Trump. If it's not Donald Trump, it's global warming. Hand to God, they'd say UK house prices will crash 10% in case of no carbon tax credits. So pay your carbon taxes so housing prices won't crash 10%. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I can't fathom some of this crap. Homeless family of 7 offered sleeping bags in Dublin Grata Station. This was sent to me by a viewer. What's his name? Patrick. Patrick sent me this. Patrick Fitzpatrick. That's a cool name. Sent me this picture here showing me a family was given sleeping bags to sleep in a shelter. And here it is. Family has been picked up from an outreach support team, and seven were forced to seek refuge in a Grata station last night, prompting further criticism from the government's response to the homelessness. Yep, things are changing right now in Ireland. You know, I really want Ireland to be Ireland. One day if I visit, I want to see what Irish culture is about. You come to Canada, it's like, what is the Canadian culture anymore? You know? It's scary. Scary. So we got... Here's how the government plans to tackle homelessness, housing issues, and high rents. So this is it. This is from Ireland too. The 4,000 children on the streets and 10,275 adults. A jump of 8% in the last year. Yeah. And it's not more funding into homelessness. It's more funding. If they could put these 20, 40, 50 million pounds into middle-class jobs or mom and pop's jobs, not government jobs, then a lot of these people will get hired because employers will need help to run their businesses. It's about middle-class employment opportunity, average-paying jobs with good average-paying salaries to averagely own a house. These people don't want to buy the Taj Mahal. These people don't want to buy Trump Towers. These people just want a decent lifestyle. A majority of them want that. They just want a decent lifestyle, a place they could call home, a place they could sleep. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Alf Mo has a very good comment in here, and he backs up what I've been saying. There's this guy in Sydney, Australia that is trying to debunk me and saying I'm on welfare and I had another child with my wife because I'm on welfare to get more welfare benefits, right? And I said I couldn't buy I had a tough time buying a commercial building in town. I was going to buy the building free and clear. But I was $30,000 short to buy it. So I went to the bank and they declined me because I'm business for self. And a lot of people saying, "Oh, you're dumb, Mike. No bank will deny you." Well, Alf Mo is saying, "Yep, I live in my business for 10 years now. I have 4 kids, and this sucks. Want a house, have a good 40% down, but the banks don't want to know me because my business have had 3 years." So basically, if you are a business owner in Canada, I think it's all structured for business owners to get out of business, to own your own business, to go work for the man, so the government could slave wage tax you. Think about it, guys. Think of the bigger picture, why they don't want small business. Even though the small businesses, I pay my GST, my provincial sales tax, my corporate tax every year. I pay my taxes. At the end of the year, I didn't get a tax return. I actually paid back like $2,800. So I don't get any money. So you see what I'm saying? There's something big happening here. But they need us to pay these taxes so they could fund their public sector. But the Canadian government creates 40,000 jobs, but they're all public sector jobs, more government. All right. So keep this in mind. 1 in 5 homes in Canada bought by newcomers. So when you see here, Canada real estate sales jump, sales, not prices, sales to 2016 levels. That's nice. But who's buying it? 1 in 5 are not even Canadian. They're not even from here. Or they probably looked us up on a map just before they jumped on the plane to see where they were going. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? This is a bad thing. Australia's housing downturn, a larger than expected drag on the economy. Well, where are all these beautiful spring sales in Australia? Where is it? Sydney's Australia's property downturn is hitting the household consumption and is a big drag on the economy growth and inflation that will likely last at least another year despite the interest rate cuts. They lowered interest rates and no one still has money. There's no confidence in the consumer. Consumer confidence is down. But they said it's an opportunity of a lifetime to buy in Australia. It's the greatest thing. Woo! Metal Gear Mark 3 says, yeah, I'm saving up for land, going to live off grid. Yeah, Lord Humongous lives off grid. He's got his own land in Denver. So Jay says, gotta hit the sack so I could pay off this mortgage. Y'all take care. Yeah, you have a good night, buddy. Don't forget to join us Saturday night for Mike in the Night, 9 p.m. I'm on the same time as you guys, 9 p.m. for Mike in the Night. Rainier Mulla says, LOL, 80% of foreign buyers tax is never happening. No, it might happen because there's a 60% foreign buyers tax in Paris, France. Vacant home tax. Vacant! Woo! So Australia, what happens in this big spring sales in Australia? This is happening in Dublin. This is the best time to buy in Australia. Like, what the heck is happening? Let me see if I could get what's his face on here. Let me see if he's asleep or if he's, see what he's doing here. Somebody want to get down Australia here. I got to know what the heck is going on here. Let me see if I could, see if I could find him here. There's somebody I really want to get, on the show here. From out of town. From way out of town. From over the pond. I gotta look them up by name. I got over 1,000 people on Skype. Guys, I don't use Skype during the week. Do not message me on Skype. I do not use Skype during the week. All right, let's see if he's available on Skype. He's not answering. I got somebody down under. I need to know what the heck is going on. Let me see if I could get what's-his-face on here from Australia. I got like 200 people on here from Australia. What the heck is going on? It's supposed to be spring sales in Australia. It's an opportunity to buy. What the heck is going on? They even lowered interest rates and no one's buying. No, Red Pill Millennial. Houses are only $200,000 to $400,000 in a country called America. Yeah, America. In Canada, $200,000 to $400,000. Yeah, $200,000 to $400,000 if you make $6 an hour, $5 an hour, then make the house $200,000 to $400,000. If you make $2 an hour. Oh, here, there's somebody from down under. Real estate, good work covering the real estate. Let's see if this guy picks up the phone. Okay, he's not picking up. He's not picking up. Okay, he's not picking up. He's probably busy, but he's online, though. No answer, no answer, no answer. Just trying to get somebody on from Australia real quick. I need to know what the heck is going on here. What time is it in Australia right now? I need to know what the heck is going on here. Because they're saying that they're going to lower rates. Okay, let's keep going here. Australia house prices have rebounded up to $3,000 a week. Okay, Okay, you got this one here from Channel 6 News saying that housing downturn larger than expected drag on the economy from yesterday. No. Well, it's tomorrow in Australia right now, so it's the next day in Australia. So that's from tomorrow. And then you have this one here from 2 days ago our time. 2 days ago our time. So too many mixed signals from down under. You know, they lowered rates. This thing is telling it exactly like it is right here. They've lowered interest rates, which they did. People aren't driving, and you're getting consumer proposals are down. You're getting more interest rates cuts. That's happened down under. What is happening? Consumer confidence is down, the lowest it's been since 1975. It's actually 74, but. Yeah, 4.5 million people advanced polling. Yeah. Yep, which is usually bad for the incumbent. Justin Peters in the house. Oh, there's my man Justin Peters. I hope he's doing okay there. He's saying it's a cover-up. It's 2 p.m. there right now. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Somebody should be able to pick up the phone there down under. Just to give us a little bit what's going on, man. I think Justin could maybe if he could call in. I know Justin is down under too. Maybe he could call in to the show and tell us what's Yeah, let me get Steven on the show. I found him here. I got Steven. He's in Melbourne. So we get Steven to pick up.
The person whom you're trying...
Damn it. Everyone in Australia is either out to lunch. You get it? Out to lunch? They're like eating. I'm not funny, I know. Woo! It's getting hot in here. It's warm outside today. It's like 20 centigrade outside today. I don't know. Red Pill is looking like it's going to be a Japan effect where it goes nowhere from here. The problem is if it goes into Japan effect, we're screwed. Because if housing stays at $1 million, we're screwed. So today I covered a story on my channel. Let's go back to the channel, guys. I covered a story today on the channel. I picked up the wrong click button there on the channel here. Guys, don't forget to check me out on The Dirty. Mike Martins is a dirty fat liar. Fraud and fake. Read the comments, man. This stuff is really good. Okay, let's get back here. All right. Here we go. I did a story today. This one, Royal LePage. They made a joke. This 4-bedroom Toronto home is on the market for $1. So what they try to do is they try to get consumer sentiment. And I got mad. Watch. Not because they make enough money, because they've been bought out of their own country. You don't think people have been through enough with this garbage and then now you want to analyze people? Well, analyze this. So basically, the Royal LePage placed a house. $1. Here it is. Where's that listing? $1. $1. Oh, house. I can't spell. Here it is. It's from 11 hours ago. So they posted this $1 home. So these I don't even know how to say it. Stuckats they go in and they detached home, 4-bedroom. Seems too good to be true because it is. And then they were doing it to see what they get, sentiments they get from the people for $1, and see how people feel. Look at this place. It looks like it needs to be torn down. This is a great place for $1.7 million in Toronto. It's got cardboard on the window up there. If you look up here, it looks like it's like plywood on the window there. Stuckats. These Stuckats there are putting this stuff up. Why? I got a lot of calls regarding this property. However, it's people basically just curious about the price. It's people struggling in life, looking for a dream. And these these Royal LePage goes and screws with people's lives. Like, oh, look, we got the power. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I wear a shirt and tie. Ooh, 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 ooh. So no, there's a lot of houses. We're gonna look at South Carolina today, guys. So this is it. 1 bedroom. This is $1.7 million. Okay. So this one I'm dedicating to the Stucats over there at Royal LePage. Good old 33309. It's my old zip code. All right, guys, we're headed to South Carolina. I don't know. I got this thing for South Carolina today. I don't know why, but we're going to South Carolina. Yeah, we're going to Charleston, South Carolina. Here it is, folks. Can I play some like symphony music and then go between the two houses? I checked the wages. The wages there, average wage is about 49,000 US a year. They're taxed less because it's more of a work-free state. So you make more money. You make less money, but you make more because you're taxed less. And with your property taxes at $800 a year, I don't see anything wrong with this, guys. You could live a good lifestyle, better weather. This is beautiful. Look at this, Owen. This is my friend. This is dedicated to my friend Owen right here. 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,500 square feet. Beautiful starter home. This one is for Gary Medeiros that's watching. I'm going to show you a house for Gary Medeiros here. In South Carolina. Carolina del Sur. Here it is. This is Gary Medeiros' house right here. So he could have his in-laws over for dinner. It's in a cul-de-sac. Yeah. It's in a cul-de-sac. Beautiful wood floor. These are real wood floors too. They're not laminate. Beautiful pool in the backyard to enjoy a nice cold beer. 265,000, 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, almost 3,000 square feet. And property taxes are less than $1,000 a year. Yeah, you could get a monthly payment on this thing for like $400, $500 a month on 265. But I like to help. I like to help people, you know. I like to help people, okay? So today we're looking at South Carolina, okay? So this is from my friends down at Royal LePage. This beautiful 4-bedroom, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and they're screwing people's minds up for $1.7 million. Yeah, I'd rather live in Charleston, South Carolina. That's my opinion. 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,500 square feet. This is at Owen's house. I could see Owen, my friend Owen, from Brampton, Ontario, living in this. Oh, yeah, I could see Owen living in this house. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like how they put that, like that turquoise color where the fireplace is. That's really nice. Someone left the cake out in the rain. I don't think that I could make it, 'cause it took so long to bake it. I will never get that recipe again. So there it is there, 315, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,400 square feet. Property taxes are less than $1,000 a year. You want something in Charleston, downtown Charleston, South Carolina? There you go, right downtown. Old historical downtown home. I think this house is over 100 years old, but it's still, you got a second house in the back here. 282, 3-bedroom, 4-bath. It's got forced air conditioning too. Steve the plumber would like that. Beautiful house. Look at that. It's been on the market for 4 days now. Today we're looking at South Carolina on trends in the housing market, guys, if you're just tuning in. Let's find something. Let's find a house for Lord Humongous. We got to find a house for Lord Humongous in the comment section. I'll find you a Lord house. It's got to be kind of a wasteland type of house with lots of land for him. Someone left the cake out in the rain. I don't think that I can make it, 'cause I took so long to bake it. Ah, right here. 155. 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, lots of land. Yeah, I see Lord Humongous living in this thing. Why not? Look at this. Lots of land to park his RV and other RV and his pickup truck. Right there. Look at the backyard. It's huge. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, let's find something else here. Oh, let's go to page 3. We're in South Carolina right now. Ooh, this is a nice one. See, this one's a good one for Gary Medeiros right here. Nice starter home, 3 bedroom, 3 bath, 1630 square feet, 133. Mortgage payment as low as $340 a month. You could include their property tax monthly if you'd like, and pay $400 a month, all inclusive. I don't see nothing wrong with this. Look at that. It's got a cinder block wall too. Look at the backyard. Somebody left the cake out in the rain. 133. You could work at Arby's, or you could work just collecting cans on the street and making your mortgage payment here. Mortgage payment of $300 a month. You could pay it off in 10 years at $674 a month with 0 down. Da, da, na, 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 na. See, Owen says, we're in Canada, we're like a $900K for that house. I'll pay you an extra 100 more and make it an even mill for that crap. Yeah. All right, let's find a house for... Okay, we are in South Carolina today, people. This is a beautiful, nice, quaint little home. It is... Oh, it's in Columbia. I've been to Columbia, South Carolina. It's really nice there. They have this huge Best Buy there the last time I checked. 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 2,000 square feet, $158,000. And beautiful, beautiful starter home. This is a great starter home to raise a family, lay roots. Beautiful neighborhood. Lots of land. Look at that. It's nice. Crown moldings. With the 2 colors. I would change this from the green. I would go like with this. I would go with maybe a light gray at the bottom here. Or I'd go with a dark beige at the bottom and then a light beige at the top. I've seen that. This is a chair rail system. It's an old system that they use in the South with the chair rails and the crown moldings up here. This is a nice system. It's nice. I think it works. It still works in contemporary, newer homes. But I don't like the green. I would go with like a dark beige and then a light beige up here. Someone left the cake out in the rain. See, Lord Humongous says he can't stand the humidity on the East Coast. Sorry, bud. All right, here goes. So that's that. I like these little pillars there on the porch. You see those pillars there? That's beautiful. Like little feeling of in the South. Southern hospitality is real. Every time I go to the South, I love it. This is a nice one. I could see. This is Steve the plumber. This is Steve the plumber right here. Steve the plumber. This is Steve the plumber's house. 275, 4 bed, 2 bath, 3,200 square feet. Property taxes are in and around $1,000 a year. It's actually a historical home, and it even has a plaque in front. Look. It was built in 1795. It was used by the railroad company, this house. It's a historical house in South Carolina. I could dig this. Look at that backyard, man. I know the house is a couple hundred years old, but I would still buy this for $275. It's got a lot of historical potential to it. Look at it. It even has... It's in the newspapers. Look, it was even used... They filmed mob movies here. Look at this. Look at that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. Like, Canada? I'm sorry. Australia? I'm sorry. And that's why in the United States, like, when I go down, they strip search me. because they want to make sure a guy to me doesn't go down there and buy a house like there and stay there. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're making it tough for Canadians to get into America. They're making it tough for Canadians to get into America because of this. You could go buy a historical house that's protected by the state. Okay? Look at this thing. Look at this damn thing. This thing is beautiful. It even has servants' quarters in it and everything. $275. So, $275. So you telling me you can't find a job making $490 a month to pay this? Something's wrong. Something's really wrong. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Look at this. This house is like $4 million in Vancouver. $345. 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,000 square feet. Property tax $1,100 a year. Look at the pool. Holy crap. So, anyways, guys, let me call you guys if I need somebody on the show. I gotta call you guys, okay? Please. Thank you. Anyway, so here it is here. So this is $345,000, 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 3,050 square feet. There you have it there. Wow. They even got the attic done too. Pool. You see, people don't want to... I know it's about materialistic things, but something shouldn't be wrong. Nathan Mao says, sounds like your butt hurt. You can't move to the U.S. Every stream drooling over houses. No, it's not that. It's not that I can't move to the U.S. It's just they're not looking for my kind of people down there. When I did everything by the book and paid a lot of money to a lawyer to get it, had a big company sponsor me. They're just not taking my kind down there. So, guys, I'm gonna call you guys if I need you guys on the show, guys, please. Okay, so what is happening here? Okay, so let me keep going here. 318,000, 5-bedroom, 5-bath. Here, 3,800 square feet. 20-acre horse farm. $318,000. 3,800 square feet house. So something's really wrong here in Canada. This is just the state of South Carolina. And no, well, you see, I bought a house like this. I bought one of these houses here in Merritt. I left Vancouver. I moved to Merritt. I own a house, it's bigger than this house. My house is bigger than this house. It's a nice, very well spacious house. I want you to own this house. I want Metal Gear Mark III to own this house. I want Owen to own this house. I want, the guy that's Nathan Mao. I want you to own this house for $144,000. You shouldn't have to pay $2 million for this house. That's what I'm talking about, guys. You shouldn't have to pay $2 million for this. This shouldn't be $2 million. It should be $144,000. This is in Augusta. That's in Georgia, though. So I just really want you guys to really wake up to the fact that Charleston, South Carolina. Wow, look at this one. Wow, that's a nice house too. Yeah, it's these standalone homes. They're very old though. These homes are very, very old. There it is. Very old house. But they keep it up, and these houses are built strong. These houses last a couple of 100 years, right? I don't know about the condos or the apartments and the houses they've been building in China and Australia too, have been falling apart. Literally, in the Opal Tower, all the ones falling apart everywhere. Okay, so that's what's happening here, guys. I am very in shock, with the we just lost it. It's like Australia too. The amount of people from Australia that message me on a daily basis is just phenomenal, guys. Guys, so I don't use my Skype during the week, guys, please. So we got Victoria's Skype message saying eminent domain. Eminent domain. Canada handed that to China, says Victoria in the comments, in the Skype comments there. I got another Skype comment from someone from Denmark. Again from Denmark. Hey, Mike, you're the man. I'm trying to move to America, trying to live the dream. Then I got another message from somebody from Germany. It looks like they're from Berlin. I can't read this. It looks like it's in German, and then it says something in English. Love it, and something. I can't read it. Another Skype message from Eddie stating basically, Canada screwed. I left Canada 3 years ago, live in West Palm Beach, Florida now. Okay. Let me see if I could get. I wonder. I haven't spoken to Supreme in a while. I hope he's. People need to understand when I'm doing this for you guys. When I say this house should be $299,000 in a Canadian major city, not $3 million. I'm doing it for you guys. Don't you understand? Do you think I care? You think I'm going to move there tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it for you guys. All right. I wonder if Steve... Let's see if Steve could pick up the phone. I need to talk to Steve to give us a little bit... I can't get a... I spoke to him like a week ago. Let's see if he picks up. Guys, has anyone seen Steve in the comment section? Anyone know if Steve around? Because I want to ask him what the heck is going on in Toronto. No, I don't think no one's seen Steve around. I know Steve Stevens is here. He's the guitar player for Billy Idol. Oh yeah, WeWorks is in a lot of trouble right now. Yeah, WeWorks is in trouble. I'll probably discuss it on if I wake up early enough to do Can't Read Market Talk in the mornings. Let me give a... Oh, I think Steve turned on his Skype right now. Yeah, because Steve's been getting bombarded with calls from a Sydney stalker out there in Sydney, Australia. See? Zombie apocalypse scary. Thank you very much. And this is what I said at the beginning of the show, what I said last week, the month before, 2 years ago. It's because those prices are based on local incomes, on how much not on how much foreign investors, in which Canada has a problem up with 15 years ago, could find houses for that much here too. See? 15 years ago, you could find these kind of houses for this much money. Well, less than that. Like 8 years ago, you could go to some cities and still buy a house like this in Canada. But you can't buy that. You can't buy that anymore in a major city in Canada. Not with palm trees, though, too. All these homes. This is South Carolina today, folks, we're looking at here. Kind of maybe focused more on the Charleston, South Carolina areas. Charles in charge of... Look at this. This is amazing. Look at this. Charles in charge of our life. Look at this. It even has a pool, too. That actually makes sense. $249,000, 4-bedroom, 3-bath. Make a mortgage payment of $800. You pay it off in 10 years. All right, let's see if we could get Supreme Cannon. BC Freedom Fighter says Canada has a huge immigration problem. Yep. Let's go back here. We're not picking on immigration. I'm an immigrant myself. And someone told me today to go back to my country. And here it is here. Here we go. 1 in 5 homes in Canada bought by newcomers. all new immigrants to Canada in the last year. And the year before was 2 in 5 homes was bought. And right here. Where was it? Canada's heavy immigration is the last pillar to preventing a recession. And Canada's not in a recession because of the amount of money laundering. We've the billions of dollars, $200 billion was money laundered. And earlier we covered more than 8 million people in England living in unsuitable housing. 8 million. Homeless, a family of 7 offered sleeping bags in Dublin, and they had to sleep in some train station or something like that because there was nowhere for them to sleep. Family of 7. Australia's housing downturn larger than expected drag on the economy, but I don't know what the heck is going on. They keep saying that the Australia housing is doing great and it's springtime. Then you go here, Australia's housing prices rebounded by $3,000 a week. Liberty Return says, Mike Martins, find me a house around the Logan, Utah. They have increased 50% in the last 5 years. So you want to do Logan, Utah. Logan, Utah. Yeah, I know. Utah's been going up a lot because of the mass exodus of people from Washington State and Oregon. Because houses in Oregon were going just around the $400,000 benchmark price, and everyone started leaving Oregon in a heartbeat. Okay. Yes, Mike, haven't tuned in for a while. All right. All right, looks like I wanted to get someone on Down Under. Apparently, everybody's out to lunch because I want to reply on this one here because we've been expecting huge Sydney spring sales, and then here you have this article with all these people auctioning hot homes, selling them $200,000, $300,000, $500,000 over market value. And I would like to know, like, what the heck is going on there. Like, I would like to know firsthand what is going down under, because right now, like, they've been predicting all this springtime. I've seen evidence of money laundering, and yeah, guys in casinos. That's old, guys. Here it is, guys. Look, I covered it on the channel. Guys, explore my channel once in a while, and if you're bored, maybe share one of my videos once in a blue moon. Here, just go to my channel. I'll kind of show you what it looks like. Here it is. You go to my videos, and then you go to search here. Then just type in laundering. There you go. Money laundering by foreigners, destroying housing affordability, Chinese home buyers. Money laundering in BC, listen to this. Australia money laundering fiasco. Canada's GDP needs money laundering. Housing crisis in Australia money laundering. This was from almost 3 years ago I posted this video. Billions laundered in Toronto. College connected to money laundering. No more Chinese money. Housing crisis. That's when they started putting the capital flows on China to prevent them from taking their money offshore. Money laundering, Mike in the Night. Vancouver is a money laundering hotspot 1 year ago. Cuba resorts to rationing food. Sydney is a poop hole. New home sales dropped by 90%. Housing crisis, no investigation on money laundering. So it's been going on for a long time. This is my opinion, guys. $63 billion laundered in Australia housing. That's just my opinion. That's how much I think. I think that was laundered through, I think it's $200 billion in Canada through real estate because we're so bought out of the market. I think it's the same thing, what's happening right now in Australia, but it's like about almost $100 billion. I don't think it's that high. Yeah, real estate commissions. Yeah. Don't worry, keep getting those commissions because when you go to heaven, you take those commissions with you. You know, it gives you a better lifestyle in heaven. Anyways, guys, been on talking for an hour and a half. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna go spend some time with the family. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share videos when you're on. Share something, guys. And when I'm live, share it. If you come on early to the show, just share it. Who cares? They're not getting me out there. Guys, I have 17 Patreon supporters. I hope I could get up to 20 by Christmas. Don't forget to leave me a tip in my tip jar. You could find it at the top of my channel right here if you want to tip me. And guys, don't forget to check me out on The Dirty. It's really good. This is really good. Mike Martin's a dirty, fat liar, fraud, and a fake. Read the comments on here. Holy crap. The amount of dirt these people have on me. Yeah. Wow, some of this stuff. Wow, there's so much. Wow, there's just so much on here. Holy crap. Check it out, guys. Oh, Owen says, congrats on 11K subscribers. Good night, Mike. Take care, Belinda. Yeah. So 11K subscribers, guys. Thanks so much for a channel that's severely shadow banned and nobody gets notifications. I am very honored to be with you guys and to hopefully make a difference in everyone. We could all make a difference in each other's lives, right? Okay, guys, I'm tired. I'm going to sleep. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I want to thank you guys for all your support. Have a good night.